The spectacular fall of Rudy Giuliani continues, and somehow now involves Abe Lincoln.
Virginia, vote against the man who dishonored our past by selling my bedroom hundreds and hundreds of times to scoundrels in a pay-for-play scheme. In my time, we had a name for men who sold bedrooms for one night. In your time, the name is Terry McAuliffe. End the Clinton, please, once and for all.
Wow. What the fuck? I cannot look. I can't believe he did Abe Lincoln dirty like that. Actually, you know what? I can. It is Rudy Giuliani after all. Okay, so obviously, he's got a bone to pick with Terry McAuliffe. Weirdly enough, now Terry McAuliffe, of course, is running against Glenn Youngkin, and Youngkin, of course, is very, very pro-Trump. In fact, in one of the rallies that he had, he was actually celebrating the flag that one of the flags that was carried during the January 6th Capitol insurrection. Yeah, fun times. Real fun. But all right. But what is he talking about? Was he talking about a Lincoln bedroom? Why is he dressed? Why has he got like a Lincoln filter on? That's really weird. Well, it turns out that he said that McAuliffe came up with a scheme of selling out, allowing donors to sleep in Lincoln's bedroom. Oh my God, what a scandal! For one, I don't think anybody cares, but okay, well, let's tackle this. Let's go and let's see if it's true, right? Because I guess some people might be offended with donors sleeping in Lincoln's bedroom or whatever, having some weird sleepover. So I did a fact check, and it turns out no, Terry McAuliffe is not responsible. He did not scheme to make sure that he would sell out or sell Lincoln's bedroom or anything like that. Now, here's the real story. So this goes all the way back to the Clinton administration. Okay. Now, McAuliffe was a DNC finance chairman at the time. And they were, the Republicans had just won Congress, both houses. And they're like, oh, man, yeah, we're doing really bad. We got to pick this up, right? And so he decides to write a memo to Nancy Heinrich. Now, that's Bill Clinton's director of Oval Office operations. And he suggests that, hey, you know what you should do? You should have Bill Clinton meet with more donors. No, I don't think that's a good idea at all. Honestly, no, less donors, meet with real people so you can actually serve real people. But of course, Bill Clinton and the DLC serve corporations and were courting wealthy donors. And that's exactly what this was. So now he suggested that the president meet donors, big donors, for meals, coffee, golf games, morning jogs, et cetera, right? So, cultivating donors, which is a lot like the school that, for example, Kirsten Sinema, her class teaches how to cultivate big donors. Okay, great. So now, fairly standard fundraising practices, meeting with those people, doing that. I don't like it. I'm not in favor of it. I don't like lobbying. I don't like lobbyists. I know lobbyists, very, very sad to hear that as they sleep in their giant piles of money. But hey, I'm not in favor. We should do publicly financed elections and not have any big donors. That said, okay, that memo did not propose, this goes to what Rudy Giuliani was saying, it did not propose that donors would stay overnight at the White House. The prospect of sleepovers, however, was mentioned in notes on the front of the memo. In fact, Heinrich, sorry, and this turned into a gigantic scandal, by the way. So this is Republicans all the way back in 1994 saying, oh my God, can you believe that they would give their donors preferential treatment? The Democrats? What a scandal. We're going to go after them, even though we also give our donors preferential treatment. Okay, well, yeah, great. Little fun hypocrisy in that regard. But no, again, everything's a scandal with Republicans. They haven't changed. They were the same way back in 1994 than they are now. Actually, I think that they're actually far worse, but Still, same kind of thing. Nonsense scandals, nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. All right, so now in a deposition to the Senate Governmental Affairs Committee, Heinrich said that in the word overnights she had written on the front of the memo next to a list of top 10 donors, supporters, they called them. And she said in the deposition, quote, "I don't honestly know if that was my idea or if it was the president's idea and under what circumstances I wrote that." A little bit of a shady answer. We actually do know that it was Bill Clinton's idea. But she said, if I indeed had that a conversation with Terry, I'm not certain I did, but if indeed I had it, then it could have, although it could have just as well not have come from him. Honestly, I just don't know really. So it's a very, non-answer answer. I don't know who did it. Standard politician answer when they don't want to answer the question. Now, on the back of the memo, Clinton wrote a note to Heinrich saying, quote, "Ready to start overnights right away." Now, knowing what we know about Bill Clinton, of course, Bill Clinton, he's all into the overnights. Oh, yeah, overnights with the donors. Love it. But seriously, though, the allegation that Terry McAuliffe came up with that on his own when it was clearly Bill Clinton, who Bill Clinton, by the way, came out and said, "Yeah, that was totally my idea. I love the idea of overnights. Let's do some overnights all the time." Yeah. Oh, I love them. Again, McAuliffe, no, he didn't do it. Now, it's not to say that he wasn't on board with that idea, of course. If you want to criticize him for that, okay, that's fine. But he didn't sit there and scheme with Bill Clinton. It was just an afterthought idea. I was like, oh, hey, you know what might be a good idea if we do overnights for an extra incentive for the donors. It's not like this that Republicans, don't also do that kind of stuff. It's stupid, fundraising stuff, but that's what they do, right? Now, imagine being Rudy Giuliani. I know, already a terrible thought, and I'm sorry. But, okay, and working for one of the most personally corrupt presidents in history. And again, a lot of our presidents have been corrupt, and Trump is just one of the worst because he went super personal corruption. I mean, basically putting government money into his own pocket through his businesses. And so very, very nakedly, openly corrupt. And then working for that guy, imagine working for that guy, and then complaining about corruption using a crappy filter on what is this? Is this on Cameo? On Twitter? I don't know. It's just ridiculous. I think the only thing that could have made this even more cringe would be, or actually no, not cringe, because it's already super cringe. You can't get more cringe than this. What actually would have made it better is if he were leaking hair dye and having his background be the Four Seasons Landscaping Club. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.